everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna share with you today on the topic of financial foundation. What are they? They are protection, debt management, emergency fund, and investment. Are you protected? Are you prepared for any emergency? Especially at this time, are you prepared? Most of us are not. Most of us are not. And that's what's happening. That a lot of us are stressing out because of this pandemic. That only essential workers have been allowed to work, and other than that, we have to stay home. And how do you handle in the last couple months not working? I know that it hit hard on many families. That's the reason that I want to do this video, because I want to educate people. I wanna share what I know about business, about investment, about protection, about debt management, because with knowledge we can be more prepared for the future. So let's dive in. Protection, disability, health problems, and death. How do we know that death and tax are the two things that we cannot escape in this lifetime. So for that, then we have to prepare for it. As far as disability, if you fall down and hurt yourself, are you protected? Do you have the insurance to pay? Do you have an insurance that pay for you while staying home and recover from and stay home to a few months to take care of yourself? Most companies have that kind of insurance to cover you. But for yourself, do you have the insurance? Do you have an extra insurance to cover yourself? And as far as health, health is more important than anything in the whole wide world. More important than money, than status, more important than anything. So for me, and I would like to let you know that health, first thing first is to work on your health. For me, having a 7 hours, at least 7 hours of sleep is something that I need. I need it more than anything because it helps me. It stable my mind. I don't have negative thoughts because I nurture my mind by giving it a rest, a good rest, 7 hours. So for that, learn to go to bed on time and early enough, and get up in the morning with a healthy mind. Healthy mind will move mountain. So that's what I want to share, that your mind is very important, and to protect it is taking care of it by giving it enough sleep, and of course exercise, eating well, eating good healthy food, and exercise regularly. You nurture your mind with good sleep, and you nurture your body, and with healthy mind and body you can do anything. So protect your health, that's first. And the second layers, so I like to this is the diagram. So you see the bottom one is protection. Now we talk about debt management, emergency fund, and investment. Okay, so the first layer is protection. The second is debt management. Most of us are guilty of buying more than we need and spending more than we make, and I'm guilty of that. I am now 50, and I promise myself from now on to only buy what I need and to spend within the limit that I allow myself. Spend less than what I make. So if you can save at least 20%, if we can save at least 20% of the net income we make, that would be really good. So how do we take care of debts? First thing first is to clear the credit card debts, because credit card is a killer. The debt is like what, 18%, 20%? That's insane. If you have a debt of $10,000 credit cards, and your monthly minimum, if you pay, let's say, $200 or $150 on a 10,000 credit cards, you know how long that would take for you to pay off? That would be 20 years at least. That's a lot of money, because what you pay on interest only. You're not even touching the principal. That's why credit card debt is the worst thing that anyone can have, and keep paying for it. How to clear credit card debt is, if you have multiple credit cards, of course, you need to clear the one that has the highest interest. By clearing that is just pay as much as you can to it, so it can pay off one at a time. And after you pay it off, just cut it and don't touch it unless it's an emergency only. And I will touch on the emergency fund in a little bit, but credit card debt is a killer, and we need to get rid of it. And if you can, instead of using your credit card to shop, use your cash or ATM card. Because when you use your ATM card, you can see it. You can check your balance, and it tells you exactly how much it comes out from your accounts. And it hurts to see a large chunk come out, right? But with credit card, you don't feel it. You go and shop and let them charge you. You don't feel a thing. And that's how people overspend, because they don't feel the charge. So instead of charging on credit card, use your money, and that will help you to reduce shopping. A lot of people shop more than they need, and that's the disease that a lot of us have, and I'm guilty at that. And starting now in my 50s, I'm learning to control my spending. And so once you reduce your immediate credit card debts, now work on the big debts. A lot of us have big debts, are student loans and mortgage. Those are the big debts. Some students after school, after completing their higher education, the average debt is like what, $50,000, $100,000 to $200,000. That's a lot of debts. How do you get rid of them? One way to get rid of them is ask for forgiveness, debt forgiveness. That forgiveness can only happen if you work for government. Some government sector allow you to not pay your no longer have to pay your debt after 10 years of continuing paying for your debts, at least minimum for 10 years continuously. Then you can ask for forgiveness. So that's one way to look at it. If you need help, apply for the government. That's one way. The second way is just pay a lot into it, because if a student loan have interest rate of average 3-4%, that's still a lot. So if you can pay a lot into it, then you will pay fast. And the other big loans that most of us have are mortgages. Average mortgage in America is about $200,000 to $300,000. That's a big amount of debts. And let's say, for example, you borrow $300,000 to your mortgage is $300,000 with the interest of 4.5%, and your monthly payment is $1,500 a month, and the bank asks you to pay for 30 years. 30 years on $1,500 a month on a house of $300,000. Well, if you can reduce that to 18 years, wouldn't that be wonderful? And how can you do that? Well, to do that is, first off, you don't have small debts, and all your money saving that you have extra, of course, you need to put it in emergency fund investment. I'll touch that in a minute. But put extra money. Let's say if you have a raise, get a raise, or get a small job, extra income that you make, put more into your mortgage payment. If you just put $500 extra on a month for 30 years, on a month, then by the time of the 18 years later, your mortgage will pay off instead of 30 years. That's a whole 12 years of no mortgage payment. That's a big relief from your shoulder. Isn't that wonderful? So that's how we manage that, is pay off, stop using credit card when you don't have to, and live within your means, pay off small debt, and work on large debts. Now we go to emergency fund. Emergency fund. Do we all have emergency fund? Or most of us don't have emergency fund? And to tell you the truth, that I don't even have the emergency fund at this point, but I'm working toward paying off my small debts and saving and putting it for emergency fund. And the recommendation is 6 months of your monthly income. If your household expense is let's say $4,000 a month, then you need about $20,000 to $25,000 set aside for emergency fund. You can keep that in your bank just in case something like this happen, pandemic. Only essential workers have been working. There's no interruption on them. But what about us? A lot of people are asked to stay home. This is mandatory. And we get to stay home without income. No income, but we still have to pay for rent, food. We have to pay rent, food, and what else? Insurance. All those cost money. But if you don't have emergency fund, where do you go? And that's the reason why you see a lot of people now are in trouble, because they don't plan for this day. They live paycheck to paycheck. Most of us do live paycheck to paycheck. We don't have an extra month or two. And this is not just a month or two. It's happened since March. This is April going to May. And we don't know when the government will totally lift the restrictions to stay at home. That means it could go on to another few months without income. How do we survive? So this is a big lesson that we learn, that pandemic or emergency happens. And when it happens, we have to be prepared, or prepare before it happens. And 3 to 6 months is the average. At least 5 to 6 months. 3 months is not even enough. So I'm working on that for saving 6 months of income for the emergency. And after emergency fund, after we have that set aside, then we think of investment. Investment is a big topic, and I will not touch much on it at this point. I will dedicate the whole video on investment, how to invest, your money, and where to put in, and how to protect your money, and how to get it without paying tax. There's ways to do it. A lot of people don't know about different kinds of investment. They just put the money and have someone invest for them, but they are not aware that not educated enough about investment can really hurt you. And that's all I want to share with you today on financial education. I am very passionate about this. I'm passionate about few things in life, and mostly my passion is about helping people. That's just, I don't know what it is, but I just love to help others to understand more. And my goal is not so much of making money, a lot of money, or anything like that. My goal in life is to help one person at a time on living healthier body, mind, spirit, and living more comfortably financially. When I can do that, then I think I think that I'm happy, and I think that my life on earth means something, because I contribute some valuable lessons, some valuable stories to others, and that's what I live on. So that is all for now, and I hope that you learn a thing or two about what I share on here and to apply on it. I promise you, if you follow what I share on here, again, protection, protect yourself, debt management, get rid of small debt and big debts, emergency fund 3 to 6 months, minimum is 5 to 6 months, and investment. If you do all this, and starting from today doing this, then you will be fine in the next 5 to 10 years. You don't have to worry so much, because you are protected and preparing for disaster. So once again, thank you for listening and watching my video. I hope you like it, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so for more video like this. Have a good day, and stay safe out there. Take care for now. Bye bye.